What's up, guys? Clif Braun here, author of Social Marketing, and here we are on section 5, and this is so awesome. I was actually taught this by Jerry Bala, one of my first mentors back in 1996 when I first got started, and he always told me, you got to have a little bit of patience. You got to have that hardcore work ethic, but a little bit of patience, and he's the one that really taught me that the slower you go, the further you get. If you come across too strong or too fast, you're going to scare people away. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the game of baseball. Because really your goal is just to get on base. But so many times, especially guys, when you're younger, you're like 19 years old, let's say, and you see a really pretty girl, you just can't wait to run over there, and you just want to hug her and kiss her and just, you're so excited. That might scare her off. Maybe 1 out of 10, it's like magic and it works, but most of the time, you're probably going to scare her off. Well, it's the same when you're trying to recruit your friends. You see one of your friends and you just want to sign them up so bad. You're like, come on, you just want them to fill out the application and put their credit card down, and you're just moving too fast. Just remember that you can win a game with lots of base hits. You just want to get on base. And so maybe first base is just giving them a sample of your product. And maybe second base is, giving them just a real brief, quick little presentation. Sometimes I'll give someone a sample of the product and I won't even talk to them about the business. It's almost like a great white shark. Sometimes they actually just cruise up and bump their prey because they just want to see what it does. And so a shark will come up and bump the prey and then keep swimming just to see what happens. And you guys can kind of treat it that way too. Sometimes I'll just talk to somebody and I'll just kind of throw it on the table, talk a little bit about it, and then I'll let it go and I'll come back later. And when you guys develop that kind of sophistication and that kind of patience, you're going to become so effective. Because when you come across too desperate or weird, I know it's just that you're ambitious and you're just so full of awesomeness, you're super ambitious, but it comes across as weak or desperate. And so you just want to get on base. Sometimes you meet a girl and you don't ask for her phone number right off the bat because you want her to kind of be thinking like, wow, that guy's pretty cool, but you move too fast and you scare them off. So just get on base, maybe just give them a sample of your product or just bring it up. Second base, maybe you give them a little presentation, or maybe you introduce them to somebody in your upline who's super awesome and knows what they're doing. And then, a lot of people think that as soon as you sign the person up that you've scored, but that's not true. You haven't scored. Signing somebody up is only third base. You really haven't scored until you get them a check. Bruce Lee talks about punching an inch through the target. And you guys want to be the same way in this business. You sign someone up, and it's okay to get excited. I get pumped up. Anytime you're having a bad day, sign someone up, and your day instantly is better. But don't celebrate too much. I like what Alex Morton says, your first down isn't a touchdown. Just because somebody got started, it's not time to take a boat cruise, okay? That guy got started. Every time somebody joins, you got to look at them like they've got a sign on their forehead that says, help me. Because they're like little babies. When they first get in, they're just little babies. And now you got to help that person get a check. The most exciting check I ever got was my first check for $30. Because the very first check, you're like, oh my God, cool, it's not a scam, okay? And so you want to get that new person a check as fast as possible. So the slower you go, the further you get. The key is you want to be talking to a lot of people. Talk to more people, talk to more people, talk to more people. Too many of you, you talk to 3 people and they're kind of not interested, and then you go back to your sponsor and you're like, oh yeah, I talked to my whole list and nobody wants to do it. Shut up. You talked to 3 people, they didn't jump in your lap and hand you a credit card, and now you're scared to talk to people. You associate talking to people with rejection or failure, and you got to talk to a lot of people. My first list was 168 names, and I was taught this when I first got started. They said, you've got to have a list that's so long that before they can say no, you're already saying next. Some will, some won't, so what, next? Someone's waiting. The people we're looking for are looking for us. There's so many good people out there that are looking for something like this, and so don't get so caught up on trying to hit home runs every time, because if you go for that home run every time, you're going to strike out a lot because you're swinging too hard, you're not paying attention. It's the little details. So the slower you go, the further you get, but talk to a lot of people. Be ambitious, talk to a lot of people, but you don't have to try so hard for that one person. So many people come up to me after meetings and after trainings, and they're like, man, I'm trying to get this person, and this happened, and I can see the worry on their face, and I'm like, I just want to give them a hug and be like, Just talk to more people. Just talk to more people. Don't put all your eggs in one basket with 3 or 4 people. Go slow with the people you're talking to, but talk to a lot of people, and that's the game of baseball.